And Diggs took out some frustration on him. He did. He tackled him. But here's what I think. You're seeing Kansas City tee off. They know passes are coming, or it's a quarterback design run, which either way means they're going toward him. And then they haven't been able to protect. So you got to allow your receivers to get down the field 12 or 13 yards at least. So go ahead and chip the edges, give your quarterback time, and go ahead and send someone right through the middle of the field, and Diggs coming right behind him inside.
It's the 17th play of this drive. Got to get to the 14.
You got to chip on the edge with Ingram and have him come up on the inside, some of these guys.
Allen fires it into wide open. Remarkable touchdown, Buffalo. Davis again.
This is, it just is impossible. A strike. It was an incredible route. He made the corner fall down. Mike Hughes is out there, and they actually have people back, but this is why you chipped on the edge. Really smart call. You gave him time. Ingram, so he had all day, but watch the route up top. 13, right there, Davis. Oh, my goodness. And then he does the same thing that he did to the corner. Right up at the top. Right there. Slip.
And again, no Tyrann Mathieu back there to defend. They're going for two, of course. Allen could try to make it a three-point lead. Circling around at the 18. Now looks. Flings it back in the end zone. There's Diggs. Caught it for the two.
Remember when we started today, we said, what's going to happen? You know, I said, there's probably a chance that one of these quarterbacks has to make some heroic type of incredible play that only these two can. Well, right now, you just watched Josh Allen on this drive leave his body, heart, everything in it, and make two incredible plays back-to-back to give his team a chance to upset Mahomes in the playoffs in Arrowhead.
Well, you don't want to lead Mahomes with full 3 timeouts in a minute and 54 and only lead by 1 and lose on a field goal. Now with that conversion, okay, that was huge.
That was really huge. Minute 54.
And the Bills on that 4th and 13, their longest 4th down conversion in 5 years for the franchise.
They were just, it was really smart. They chipped the edge so he had time. If Josh Allen has time, he can create and move around, do something. But then the route by Davis, and what a game. 3 touchdowns, 142 yards. That's the game of his life, and he's doing it on the biggest stage and the biggest moment for him. Okay, you just see they just went from all hard and everything to this. This is a cool customer. He's about to come out here too. Oh my goodness, what unbelievable quarterback play today by these two, and the playoffs just in general. To beat each other means you almost have to play perfect.
Pringle is back a yard deep in the end zone.
No turnovers. How huge is that in this game with this high level of play?
And what they've done on 4th down throughout the game, including that opening drive, that is 2 touchdowns on 4th down in this game.
You called it Sean McDermott. Field goals won't get it done, you said.
Right. They're 4 for 4 on 4th down, including 2 touchdowns. And this one right here,
you can see
one of the plays of the year.
Oh. I mean, to make someone fall down, it's like a crossover. No Mathieu. Right? That secondary's given up a few big plays. Mathieu went out. That really ends up, you said early too, remember? They were a little safe. They started to attack back there, and it's showing up.
And now Mahomes down 3. Step it up and take it off. Nope, gonna fling it. McKinnon steps out after 8. Again, tonight after the game, stay tuned for NCIS Hawaii on a special night. Well, they call that incomplete. That's ruled incomplete, that last one. NCIS Hawaii right after the game on CBS. Okay. 2nd and 10. As again, Mahomes continues to buy time. And is thrown out of bounds. Now you got 3rd and 10. The previous play, same thing. Mahomes buying time. Here was McKinnon. He stepped out.
Oh,
that was a great call.
It was, but really silly on his part. It's just a hair not knowing where you are, and that happens to running backs more. People realize, especially late in games when all of a sudden energy's up, and here you go.
Yep.
3rd and 10.
Against the #1 defense on the season. Total defense, scoring defense. Best on 3rd down, it's a 3rd and 10.
Exactly right, but you got the best on the other side,
That's
I think, right here.
Launches it. Complete. Kelce. First down, Kansas City.
It's a great job. Kelce with a little nudge at the top. He's going to go up and break out and then secures the catch. First down. Mahomes was not going to end the season right there on those 2 plays, 3rd and 4. He's going to get his team a chance here.
Here he goes. And McKinnon was the target. And he had to bail out on it because, again, pocket was collapsing. Again, the State Farm postgame show directly after this. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher, State Farm postgame show. We got 1:13 to go. We got all 3 timeouts for the Chiefs. You got this guy right here with the big leg. Down the middle. It's Hill in the open. Cuts it upfield. He might be gone. He is. Kansas City takes the lead with a minute to go from 64 incredible yards.
Well, we talked about Josh Allen needed to make a huge play. This place is going crazy. And then all of a sudden you got Superman himself comes out and he shows you Patrick Mahomes. He don't lose in the playoffs very often. 6-1 here, only that loss in overtime. But if he gets the ball, wow, what a strike. And then Tyreek does the rest. Cheetah says goodbye. He's even going to give a little wave here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
You're not catching him in the open field.
2 lead changes, 52 seconds apart.
Got away from Wallace. Turned the corner on Poyer and Hyde. And now the extra point is good. And that, too, is a big one to make it a 4-point margin.
Well, you're going to see Hill. They're a double team on him right here. But the problem is you got to take away the inside corner. You can never get beat across your face because you have the help on the outside and deep. And once you get beat inside, there's no one there to help in 2-man, and that shows you Patrick Mahomes, so rare, special. He's played unbelievable today and so efficient. But he just steps up whenever they need it. And Hill just shows you he's the fastest player still in the league.
No question. 2 touchdowns in 52 seconds. This first ever playoff game between 2 teams that come off of a 40-point performance the previous week in the postseason. And yet there's still plenty of time and 3 timeouts for the Bills, for Josh Allen to go right back and answer again.
I mean, I know we keep talking about it, but this was a quarterback game. You just knew it coming in. One of these guys was going to play lights out. Today, I really feel like both of them have played such a perfect game and incredibly smart. And then when their team needs them to rise up, Jim, they've risen up. They need one more if you're a Bills fan.
Butker's kick. McKenzie back deep, and that cannot be returned.
Is this a rivalry yet, Jim?
Oh, yeah. No question. You got to go 75 yards in 62 seconds with all of your timeouts.
And all of the state screaming at you right now. You're going to feel the people from outside of the stadium screaming. Right now, you got to be poised. Tell your guys, listen, no offside. Don't jump early. I know you're amped up. Wait for the ball. Watch the ball. Snap. There's no cadence here. I'm going to lift my leg.
It's going deep right away. No one there. Diggs the closest
But this is where you got to calm your nerves. Go ahead and run this. And go ahead and hit pause. Right there, Jim. Just get started. He's trying to throw that way on the outside up there. This communication is right, but just start off moving right. Nerves are amped up, but if you can get going, and all of a sudden you get in phase in front of it.
You saw one deep exhale from Mahomes. Now the next play, second down. Zips it. Got it. It's Davis in the secondary and knocked down at the 47 of the Chiefs. A 28-yard play.
And a timeout right away. Good job. They got all three. Wow. I mean, some of these throws, these two guys, I mean, I feel like the same guys playing on both sides. Quarterback. Look at that.
What a throw.
Yeah, I mean, just.
But again, when they go for these passes down the field, there's a lot of separation, particularly this game by Gabriel Davis. 6 catches, 170 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Well, you're exactly right. Matthew would have been in that middle there. And that's some of his instinctful stuff, where he's able to kind of determine where to go, who to cover, what to let go, read the quarterback's eyes, all the instinctual stuff.
Knox lined up on the right side. On the sideline, again, it's Davis.
They got up and pressed man-to-man. They attacked Baker, which is exactly what you'd expect with Ward hurt. Actually, Ward's back in, sorry.
12-yard pickup, clock running. Allen, clock almost got to him. Now, on the run, throws, and knocked away. That was Ward. Remember, he got knocked out, and he was cleared to come back, and he makes a play.
I mean, this was a really risky throw at this point in the game. Right there, it's like, just throw that away. No one was open. Really good job, Kansas City. Ingram's tired. He's going to the sideline.
23 seconds, Tony.
23 seconds to change your life, Josh Allen. 23 seconds, Patrick Mahomes, to go to 4 straight AFC Championship games and send a message that it still goes through me.
And to affect thousands of lives in Western New York. Here he goes. Paul caught and a flag down. That's Emmanuel Sanders at the 19. There's going to be plenty of time for some throws into the end zone.
Josh Allen, he's pretty good. 13 touchdowns, no picks in the fourth quarter.
Defense number 35. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
So he's asking if the clock stops there at the end. So what's going to happen is, because of that penalty, they don't have to use a timeout. Not that it's going to be, I mean, it's only big. You know, if you have 4 plays left, it's really close to 3 plays from here on out, Jim.
Could we possibly have 3 lead changes inside the last 2 minutes of a divisional playoff game?
No, no way.
No way?
Maybe way.
From the 19 in 17 seconds. Down the middle to the end zone, and there it is! Touchdown number 4 on the night for Davis.
I mean, this is unbelievable of a game. 4 touchdowns. I want you to watch the communication up here. They're going to talk. He's going to talk. He's going to talk. All of a sudden, Baker comes in. This is where the communication, and all of a sudden, they're late, getting all the way inside. And that's why you get that leverage right there down the middle. And Snead couldn't get there. That's where Matthew matters, these other guys.
It's the same thing every time. Extra point is good. And by the way, Gabriel Davis has done something that no one has ever done in the postseason, not even Jerry Rice. It's the first 4-touchdown reception game in NFL playoff history.
Oh, my goodness.
With 2 touchdown catches in the last 2 minutes.
That was a great job. Give our guys the truck credit, showing that communication aspect, and Snead gets there late. And that's all of a sudden why that's wide open. And look at this. Talk about a win. How many postseason wins on the road? Not very many in Buffalo. First one there for Sean McDermott. And for ice water in his veins now.
There's his father, Joel, and 38 total members of the family and friends on Team Allen. They closed down Fireball and headed to Kansas City. An all-time record has been set tonight by Davis, and there's still 13 seconds to go. Put this kick on the ground, burn up some time.
Yeah, you want to make it, I mean, honestly, you just don't want it to be a normal kickoff. You want to be just a little short and make it so you guys can make sure the tackle. Because if you, I just wouldn't want to give Mahomes. I don't necessarily agree with that.
He launches it deep.
Take 4 or 5 seconds off. Mahomes now has 2 plays.
Well, a team that has not won a single game this year in games decided in 1-score margins. 0-5 might tonight pull off one of the great back and forth comebacks you'll ever see.
I mean, this was literally a quarterback duel for the ages, and it took almost perfection.
Timeout Buffalo.
Second
to win this.
Charge timeout Buffalo.
Think about what both these quarterbacks did at the end of this game. I mean, they played efficient, great ball throughout, and then at the end they just came and they did everything perfect.
Look at him zip this one in here.
And you got to remember, this is a number 1 or 2 2-minute defense in the league.
Well, if you're Mahomes, you're trying to do something from this point that gives Butker just a chance, even if it's longer than anything he's ever tried to connect from in his career. Something. Chris Jones just shakes his head, can't believe it. Can't believe that defense got beaten up like that.
To this,
here's Hill.
They're going to have a chance.
And we call timeout quickly.
They actually have a chance to get Butker in field goal range here. Chiefs, wow, that was a great play call.
Picked up 19. Jay, realistically, how far out can Butker go?
Well, he missed a couple this way in warm-ups from 57. Remember, he missed the extra point in the field goal as well in this game. And I saw him go out at the end of the third quarter and just visualize going this way, trying to get his mind right. But I think if they get to, the 45, you give him an opportunity. He's got a huge leg. He's got one of the biggest legs in the NFL.
Well, this is interesting then. So let's say a 60-yarder.
42-yard line. Yep, you'd have to put that 14 yards for that.
Realistically, you got to get inside the 45.
They added a second here and another timeout called by the Bills. They took it from 7 to 8 seconds.
Here's one for Jay, our kicking specialist, Mr. Feely down there. With Butker, not necessarily, right or left, but how far could he get it there if he had to? Like if you took an extra second, your crow hop, all the good stuff. Could he get it there from 60?
Remember Justin Tucker, when he made that 66-yarder, he took a different approach. He gave himself a little bit more time, took a little extra jab step. If it's a long kick, I expect Harrison Butker to do the same thing. He could possibly make a 63-yarder.
Wow. We saw him make a 58-yarder at SoFi, side of this year's Super Bowl, in a game last year to win it. Now, they need about 15 yards to have one of those long-range Hail Mary kicks.
Got to throw it right away, right now to someone in the middle.
Down the middle. Oh, my goodness! It's going to be a 48-yard attempt. Only 48 yards. That's what it'll be.
When Kelsey moved his leverage inside, I was like, he's going to throw this right here over the middle quickly.
How do you let him get that open?
It's because you're protecting the end zone a little bit for some reason, but honestly, rushing 4 guys, I don't love. He's got to throw it instantly. Rush. You put one guy on Kelsey, run that same defense, but that extra rusher should be guarding someone. You're not going to get to him. Wow, only Mahomes gets you in an easy field goal range.
It's going to be 49 yards is what it is. 49 yards to send it to overtime. Harrison Butker.
I'm so nervous.
So hundreds of thousands around the planet. The kick is good. It's going to overtime.
Whatever quarterback has the ball last will win. Oh, well, guess what? They'll just give me 3 seconds. I'll just get down and, oh my gosh, this is the most perfect quarterback play to finish a full quarter, like maybe ever. I mean, this is unbelievable, back and forth. Big plays, smart plays. Oh.
Well, if Buffalo doesn't win this game, they're going to rue the fact that Mahomes had only 13 seconds starting at his own 25-yard line, and he was able to get all the way down to the 31 of the Bills against the #1 defense, #1 pass defense in the league.
Remember back in the day when everyone used to be like playing it safe, you know, the protecting.
Boy, if you're Josh Allen, and we've seen a couple of times after those last 2 touchdown drives, the intensity in his eyes after he completed those drives and those 2 touchdown throws to Davis in the last 2 minutes. Now you got to come back and you got to reinvent yourself again.
It's it's so hard, but here it is. Here's the play to Kelce. Kelce's going to go ahead and move himself inside, but watch. He's right here, so let's wait a sec. I'm going to circle these guys. Pause it right there. Well, you see, you have 4 rushers, and you should have only had 3.
We're going to start a new game. Each team is going to have 3 timeouts. I'll replay this upstairs.
We're going to start a new game.
We're going to play till we declare a winner. Buffalo, you're still the visiting team. What is your call? We have a coin, heads and tails. Tails. Tails is the call. Tails is
this
the call.
feels huge, right, with how good these offenses are?
Kansas City has won the toss, and will receive.
All right, Kansas City will get it when we start overtime in a moment. Touchdown or safety on the first possession ends the game. No coaches' challenges. Chiefs to receive it. We had 25 combined points in the final 1 minute and 54 seconds. That sounds impossible. It sounds impossible. 25 points in less than 2 minutes. And the kick is another touchback.
I think you were right about this division weekend, how great it is.
Oh, every game to this point has ended with a field goal, and all of them by the visiting kickers. McPherson sending Cincinnati to the championship game. Robbie Gould up in Green Bay.
Set the timeouts to 3 timeouts for each team, please.
And then the kick by Gay, who was injured in warm-ups, but boy, what guts he showed. What a finish as Tampa Bay stormed back to tie it. Of course, we had a last play of regulation here. In this case, to send it to this extra time. Hand it off. Edwards-Helaire opens up overtime with 4.
It just feels like these defenses can't stop it, right? So it's like that coin toss, touchdown game. You get another one where a quarterback doesn't touch the ball.
There's Patrick's career overtime record, the postseason loss, one we referenced earlier, which was a first possession down the field win by Brady and the Patriots, 37-31. Second and 6. Pringle push back. Good tackle by Edmonds in on the last 2 plays, and now it's going to be 3rd down.
Here's one for you. Let's say you have an incompletion, 4th and 1. I think that guy's got guts, though, right there, Andy Reid. I mean, this...
Remember what he did in the divisional round last year against Cleveland?
Chad Henne came in.
Yep. Went for it on 4th and 2 and found Hill out in flat. 3rd and 1.
Motion over. Hand it or keep it.
Rolling out. Bringing it. Open. First down. Kelce again.
Remember that flat route he threw in that same exact call here, just with the extra guy, Kelce, rolling left. You'll see 2 flat routes on the left, little whip routes, and Kelce comes back. Andy Reid loves that on these 3rd and 4th and shorts. Roll the quarterback right to that side and give him multiple guys.
Are both of these defenses just gassed right now?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, you just said 25 points in a minute. It's like...
It's crazy.
You just sprinted 100 yards over and over again.
First down. Edwards-Helaire. This time, a yard, maybe 2.
Can you see how tight he's holding that ball? Almost like
clutching it with two arms.
It's more important. Like no one wants to be the guy who sends your team home for a silly, risky ball control issue.
You wonder what Josh Allen is thinking sitting there. Twice he thought he won the game.
He totally thought with 13 seconds, right? You're like, there's no way we can't not win this game. And get your emotions back to getting ready to go back out there.
2nd and 8. Trying to set up the screen. He's got McKinnon. Blockers out in front. And they're already down in field goal range at the 38. Up on Kelce this time. Helps clear the way for 16.
That was sneaky, a high-level play. Watch Mahomes. He's about to throw the screen. He feels the pressure from the right, but he waits because he wasn't ready yet.
Kelce.
McKinnon hadn't quite got free, so the poise and patience was the difference there. Sneaky, high-level, I think.
30 completions, 340 yards. On first down. This time, sidearm. Hill backs up, got away. Hyde. And they tackle him right in front of Sean McDermott.
Look at that motion. So much fun to watch both these guys. You know what's funny? This might actually happen, Jim. Josh Allen has thrown 9 touchdowns in 2 games. The most ever in a postseason is 11 touchdowns. He has 9 in 2 games, and he might lose.
Amazing. 2nd and 6. From the pocket, wide open. Hardman, we've seen this already. As he takes off and goes out of bounds at the 7.
Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to try and squirt right back in. But the confusion on the crossing routes.
26 yards. And they're inside the 10. And remember, the game ends if Kansas City scores a touchdown.
Well, they went man-to-man. They had to risk it at this point a little bit. Haven't done that much, playing single high man. And the perfect play call for the Chiefs, and here it is.
Mahomes has hit his last 8. Looking to the end zone for the win. He caught it. Ball game. Chiefs to the championship game.
These two guys know each other. Unbelievable. This is just unfathomable. The Bills had won this game. It was over. Josh Allen with a perfect postseason. And Patrick Mahomes somehow comes out there and shows the world, I'm still here. Andy Reid talking to the refs. Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see in the history of the NFL, but something's going on.
Did he have both feet down? We're just double checking.
Oh my goodness.
Cold seat.
Oh, the left foot. Oh, I don't think it's over, Jim.
Yeah, I think there's a stutter step move that gets both down.
The ball might have moved too, so he gets both feet down there. But the ball...
Is the ball moving? Tell you, the field, there's pandemonium on the field.
Here we go. 1, 2, right there. As long as that, ball game. Chiefs win right there. It's over. Chiefs are hosting AFC Championship game number 4 in a row.
4 years in a row. The refs are walking up. It is official. Kansas City wins it in overtime, 42-36, in one of the great divisional games of all time, and one of the biggest heartbreaks you'll ever see for one team that thought it was over with 13 seconds to go.
You can't score in 13 seconds. It's just, that doesn't happen in real life. And the Bills are going to go back and reevaluate that situational ball in that last drive to be able to give up, you said, 25, 19, 44 yards on 2 plays. Oh, obviously just weren't in a position to stop that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe what we just saw.
Last year it was Diggs who wouldn't leave the field and stood there frozen in disbelief. McKenzie now on the bench, trying to get his mind around the fact their season is over when they had it. They had it. Just seconds to go. Just seconds to close it out, to be hosting next week. Instead, Cincinnati will be coming here next week. Let's go down to Tracy.
Patrick, congratulations.